Ooh, what's going on? What's going on? So we know Gervonta Tank Davis, he had a obviously a spectacular fight where he was facing a much bigger opponent, had gone all the way up to 140 pounds against Barrios. And there's a lot of adjustments that he had to make in that fight. And he was kind of tentative as far as necessarily pushing the issue. Just because of he didn't know what to expect. Like he said, this guy was at 140 pounder. He didn't know what to expect as far as power was concerned. He had to figure out the range. This guy clearly was a lot taller than him, had a longer reach than him. A lot of things he was trying to figure out, in that particular fight. And one of the things that we saw was Floyd Mayweather in the corner, and Floyd Mayweather was, yelling and pushing the issue. And we all remember that moment. Floyd was like, "I got something for you if you get this done for me." You know what I'm saying? You need to go in there. You're down on the cards. You need to take this guy out. You know what I'm saying? You need to do what you need to do because on the unofficial cards you're down. And some people had an issue with Floyd Mayweather. Pretty much, I guess, quote talking over Tank's coaches. And I remember someone said that I would have been telling Floyd to shut the F up because at the end of the day, if I'm talking to my son, so you're going to have to sit on the side and be quiet until I'm done. Then if you want to, you can talk to me later, but you're not going to interrupt me when I'm talking to, quote, my son. But my thought process on this is that, number one, you don't know the dynamics that's going on between, Floyd and, let's say, the corner and Gervonta Tank Davis. You got to understand what the dynamics is because there was a couple of times when, the corner actually was calling Floyd over like, "Yo, Floyd, come on, come here. So he could talk to Gervonta Tank Davis. So obviously there's a certain type of dynamics, that's going on over there. That's number one. And number two, regardless of what you might understand or know as a coach, when it comes to that man over there, that's the man that's basically is the the Albert Einstein of this game. You know what I'm saying? This is if you're talking, if you're talking about whoever the top real estate guys in the world, whoever the top computer guys in the world, if you're talking about electric cars, Musk, whatever, he's the guy. You know what I'm saying? So this is him when it comes to boxing. And he's been in this space before on many different occasions. So it's a situation where he might be able to get to this fighter, in ways that you can't, or even though you might think you see something, he might see something completely different in a completely different way. And this has been the king of being able to be in this type of situations and get out of them. He knows what's going on in a fashion that you don't know. So to tell that man to be quiet or to shut up is asinine because you're basically, you're doing your son quite a disservice. Because this is not a situation where it's like let's say if I'm friends with Warren Buffett, right? And let's say I'm good with I'm good with real estate. Not with real estate. I'm good with stocks and things of that nature. I make pretty good money off of that. But let's say I was really making. I'm making millions of dollars off of it, whatever, right? And I'm sitting there talking to my son, talking about the the moves he's about to make, he should make. Afterwards, then yeah, cool. Maybe Warren Buffett's gonna sit on the sidelines and afterwards be like, you know what? I wouldn't do that. I'll do this. I'd rather do this. You probably should do this, or this instead. I understand this looks good, but long term, this is gonna be better for you. But it'd be different if I'm talking to my son and we got the funds in this account and we're about to apply what I'm saying right there. In that situation, I want Warren Buffett to step right in and be like, whoa, no, don't do that. That's not going to work. This is what you need to do. If you do this is going to happen. No, I want him to interrupt in that particular situation. If I'm in the middle of war, and let's say, I'm a general and I'm good at coming up with plans, to win a battle and things of that nature. And I'm in the middle of a battle though. And this is other guy, and we have, let's say this is back in the day, and I know how to, set up different things. I've won a couple of battles and, here and there, and I'm in a really tight spot and Genghis Khan's behind me. I don't need to wait till, I don't want Genghis Khan to wait until after the battle to tell me what to do or to tell my troops what to do. No, if he needs to step in, and start telling people what the deal is and where they need to go and how they need to handle this. I need him to do it right there because I'm in the middle of a battle. I'm in the middle of war. When it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, This is not a situation when you're in practice. You're in the field right there. Okay? You're in the middle of the battle right there. There ain't no time for, oh, well, I'll talk to you afterwards. No. There's certain things that you need to do. I'm going to try to push the, help you push the issue and help you do what you need to do right now. And ironically is, the funny thing is, everything that Tank was telling, everything that Floyd Mayweather was telling Tank to do is what his corner wanted him to do. It's just, the corner couldn't get into his head to implement the plan that they wanted him to implement. And the reason why, and his trainer said this later on, he was like, this was a learning experience for me, because I need to now I understand that sometimes, even though I might be seeing something and I might be telling you, okay, you need to do this, this is this, I might not know what's going on inside my fighter's head though. And in Tank's head, he was like, I don't know if I should necessarily go in like this. I don't know what this guy still has left. I don't know what this guy still might, be able to do as far as, maybe putting a punch on me. Because he was giving this guy a lot of respect due to the fact that this guy was a big 140 pounder. And he understands that he's not a, quote, true 140 pounder. He was in a space that he has never been in before. So he really wasn't comfortable in it. So they weren't able to push him into that space that they wanted him to go into. But Floyd Mayweather, him having been there before, Tank having seen this man, be in this type of situations over and over and over and over again, he listened to him. He listened to, even despite of what he might have been thinking in his head, he still listened to him, and he implemented that game plan that the corner wanted him to do anyway, that the corner wanted him to do rounds prior. And I heard, people saying that, oh, well, Tank then, put himself in danger, no, he didn't put himself in danger. Tank did, number one, what his corner wanted him to do, and he did it in a very smart and intelligent way. Tank knows how to push the issue, but stay out of danger at the same time. He wasn't hit with any massive shots. He didn't put himself into a space where he could get hit with anything crazy. He was able to slip shots and push the issue, set this man up and catch him with shots in a very smart and intelligent way. He has layers to his game. His corner has seen this guy a million times. They've been with him forever. Floyd Mayweather has seen this guy a million. They know what he's capable of. Tank has layers upon layers upon layers of skills and talents that we haven't even seen before. That's why his corner was like, man, I really want Tank to face somebody that's really gonna bring, all these other levels that he has out of him. Because it's like, he can do so much more. And I can't wait till we get with a fighter that can bring it out of him. And people are like, what, Barrios didn't bring it? It's like, nah. Barrios, he did his thing. He's a great fighter, but nah. There's a lot more things that Tank can do. So they and they understand it. So no. So he wasn't putting himself in danger whatsoever. Whatsoever. And kudos to his corner for not letting their ego get in the way. Not letting their ego get in the way and allowing Floyd to come over there and give him, let's say, quote, this point. Some people might say, oh, he's in the corner a little bit too much, blah, blah, blah. And that might even be the case. Maybe that might even be something they might have to, make adjustment. But again, you don't know what the demographic is, how things go between him, the corner, and Tank. You don't know that, and them allowing him to do that is the reason why he got that stoppage. And they say, oh, he was comfortably in the cars. Well, you don't know if he's comfortably in the cars. It's nice to know after the fact, but in a couple of rounds where, Tank wasn't throwing punches like that necessarily. And he was catching, slipping punches and blocking punches, but you don't know how judges are going to mark things. We've seen a lot of crazy, and we've seen Floyd Mayweather completely wash Canelo Alvarez, and one of the judges call it a draw. So because of that, you just, you don't know. We've seen Badu Jack win multiple fights that end up being called draws. We've seen that. So we've seen these things happen. We've seen Manny Pacquiao, get jiffed in some fights that we believed that he got jiffed with the Horn fight and also with the Bradley fight that we believe that he won. So you don't know what's going on with them. So if you have the ability and the skills to keep it from going to the judges, then you keep it from going to the judges. And these guys, having been with this man this whole time, they know what his ability is, and they know what his capability. They know what he's capable of doing, and they pushed him, to show that and to do that, and we saw what the results were. So regardless of what people might think, me personally, I think everything worked out the way it needed to work out. But one thing I will say though is that, if Floyd Mayweather did bet on that Tank fight, Floyd should not bet. Him being the promoter and him being that close to the situation, he should not be betting on that man's fight at all, because then that could screw your judgment. But as far as the advice that he was giving that man, it was the advice that his corner was trying to give him, and it was the same advice his corner was trying to give him, and he ended up doing what the corner was trying to get him to do for rounds, and I mean for absolute rounds. And again, we saw what the results were. But for now, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.